when I was leaving, I gave her a hug and a kiss on the neck. And that was it.
That was it. Because the reason I'm saying that is for a very long time, I was even scared even if I move on, I had lost, you know, like you've been hurt so much that you don't want to bring the feelings back.
Wow, it's true.
So if any man, if you'd even dare just look at me suggestively or touch me in an appropriate way, I literally deal with you. Yeah. So I had lost that, you know, like I had totally lost it. So when he kissed me on the neck, I felt it and was like, oh my God.
Good evening and welcome to The Nest. I'm your host, Maureen Waititu, and here we give true stories from true people. Stories to inspire you, encourage you, motivate you, and give you hope that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And tonight's story is that of a beautiful couple, a beautiful love story, and it involves a door. So for you to find out, you must not even touch that dial. Meanwhile, please watch this short video and we'll be right back.
Love is an intense feeling of deep affection towards someone. When two people fall in love, many a times marriage is their end goal, but before getting to that stage, they have a period of getting to know each other. According to recent data, most couples date for 2 or more years before getting engaged, with many dating anywhere from 2 to 5 years. Another research shows that waiting 3 years or more before getting hitched decreases the likelihood of divorce by 50%. While there are always obstacles or difficulties in finding the one, some couples know on the first date that they have met their better half and see no need to waste time before putting a ring on it. Every relationship is unique, and people come together for many different reasons. However, there are some characteristics that most healthy relationships have in common. That is respect, trust, honesty, good communication, as well as maintaining a meaningful emotional connection with each other. On this show today, we get to understand better how these dynamics work. We also get to know about love at first sight. Is it real or fiction? Let's get to it.
Welcome back. Now, a love story can never be hard enough, and we love couples in our show, and tonight is no different. I have the most handsome couple I've seen yet, and they have a very beautiful love story. And before we even go further, I'd like them to introduce themselves. So karibuni sana to The Nest.
Thank you so much.
Right, so I'll start with the lady. Yes.
My name is Faith Agneta. Currently have a new name, Mrs. Boke Hiron.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And what do you do in life, including the one that is 24 hours, if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a realtor.
Oh, wow.
Yes, yes, I'm a realtor at Rio Vista apartments there along Mombasa Road.
Nice.
Yes, and on the side, I'm working towards being an influencer.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and also I run a business that we do supplies in the Aesop. I'm also a mother.
Yes, that's the one I was waiting for.
I'm a mother to a son. Mimi ni mama boys.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
that's amazing.
Yes.
Well, it's beautiful, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful side of the world.
Yes.
Yes, and Miss, please introduce yourself.
Okay. They call me Boke Ronnie Hiron.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm a human resource professional. I'm also an artist.
Oh.
In the streets, they call me Big Chris.
Oh, okay.
I'm a husband, and I'm also a father to one.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm glad to be here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You guys are beautiful to look at.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and I can see how, you know, I think in another life I'd have wanted to be a matchmaker, but it goes beyond the appearance. And I know you guys have a beautiful story because there's a time we had another show here, and we were talking about relationships, and the one who we were interviewed said something very powerful. Relationships don't begin when you meet a person, but when you're born. And the first person you have a relationship with is your parent. Always the mother The father will be met later, but I'd want to hear your individual stories, yeah? Again, I'll start with you, Mrs. Boke. You know, tell us where you grew up, what you studied, where you went to school, just a bit about yourself.
Wow. I was born and raised in Western, Bungoma.
Oh.
Yes, yes. My primary life was in Bungoma. Was raised by humble parents. And my high school was, wow, I went to 3 schools, but I was a very good kid.
Okay, what happened?
Very good one. The first school, I went, I modeled. Then when my mom came the first time, you know, academic, every teacher is happy. So she thought I've topped in the class. Only for teachers to give her tea and tell her, you know, she's the Miss.
Form 1, for school, the school. Oh, yeah. Miss Form 1.
Miss Form 1, like a model.
Yeah. I can see why.
So I was the, I think it was Mudavadi girls.
Okay.
That was in Western. So I was Miss Mudavadi at that time. They were like, wow, she's going to compete for others. Because my mom was like, are you guys serious? Wow. That's why you're happy and putting tea for me. She called me and told me to pack. Oh. We're going home.
Oh dear.
So I went to another school in Kimilili. She was like, come near home. Kimilili is basically near Bungoma. Then after a while, she was like, apana. No, because there I was in charge of drama, music. She was like, it's too much. Now I need to take you to a more serious school. So she took me to Madlava Girls in Kakamega, where in the brother school, my uncle, the brother, was the principal. So she was like, this will be the best place because she'll be watched. But somehow she didn't take it. Wow. Yeah, story of my life. But that's how my growth has been. I've also, I went to Moi University. That was my first stop after high school. Did business management, graduated, and currently finished and waiting to graduate from KCA University, BCom Finance. Yes. I mean, I know you're wondering how I'm in real estate, yet I did something else. I think it's just life aligning
the way it should.
Yeah, the way it should. Because my first job was voiceovers. Yes, when I was in Moi, I used to do a lot of voiceovers, and I think my parents were wondering why I'd never ask for money. It's because I was already sorted. Yeah, because it was basically per session, so the quicker you were, the best for you. Yeah, so that was my first job. Then my second job was to do with music. I sing. Then real estate was the third thing that I ended up doing. Yes, and after a break or two from real estate, 2015 there, I focused on business. Then again, after I got a baby, life got so crazy. You know, you can't rely on business. So I had to get something stable, and real estate aligned itself after I had hawked tea. For like 8 months. I got my current job hawking tea.
Look at that. Look at God aligning everything. And again, I always like to interject as I pick very important lessons. And I think, again, I know your mom is a wonderful woman who brought up a very, very, you know, beautiful girl she must be proud of. But I think there's a lot of parents who want to lead kids to their own dreams instead of letting the kids do what they need to do. Because being a beauty queen and a person who is getting education can go hand in hand.
I think that's a real thing, especially for me. My mom believes in ukimwambia music. Herself she sings, by the way. But if you tell her, she's like, no, but I'm a dick before I sing. So she always, even the course I ended up doing, for a very long time I've been bitter. I've been like, I'm doing this course for them.
For you.
When I'm done, it is such a relief. I'll do my own course. You know, I always wanted to end up in aeronautical or anything that has to do with maths. But I ended up in business management, which over time I learned to love it, then become finance. But if I was asked years ago, I would be like, it's crazy. But she's proud of me now. She's like, she's learning how to just see the growth.
Absolutely.
And see the product. So I'm sure now we don't fight so much.
I agree. And again, I say we're a blessed generation. We should forgive our parents more because they didn't know any better. It's what they were taught. But now us, we know, and we're even teaching them. Personally, I've had conversations with my mom. I'm like, Mommy, you know this and that and that. She's like, oh, I didn't think about it because she didn't know any better, but her interest was the best
pure.
for you. Right. So, Mr. Voke, what about you?
Born and raised in Nairobi, and I grew up in Kaloleni, mini boy wa Ololo.
Okay.
In terms of education, I've studied in so many schools. I've gone to more than 15 schools. So if I start, if I start talking about the schools I've gone
what did you do?
No, my father was a military officer, so he was always being transferred.
Yes.
And so a number of times I would change schools.
Oh yes.
A month, I'm in
You're in
another
another
school.
one.
A term, I'm in another school.
True.
So that became my life, going to Kisumu, Eldoret, and Nairobi.
You did your tour a long time ago.
I did my
a
tour.
Kenyan tour.
Right now,
Sasa tuende outside, eh?
for sure.
I hear you.
Yeah, so I think quite significant is my high school, which I went to Lukenya Boys.
Okay.
I'm a very proud alumni of Lukenya.
Wow, that's a good school.
It is.
It's I'm sorry to cut you short, but we used to compete in my high school. I went to a school called Excel Girls. I don't know whether
Wow. I know.
Tulikuwa brother, tuliwaiba hivi.
So being in Lukenya, I was well known for playing basketball.
Yes.
And I also did a bit of music, but I never got out of the school because of music. So I was a big basketball fan and also a player. After school, I pursued music. I became a sound engineer. I studied at ADMI.
Okay.
And I'm also a proud alumni of ADMI. I'm also a basically trained pilot.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
Among my passions.
Wow.
Yeah. And I became a musician in Kenya. I've been in the industry for more than 10 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And those are basically my passions.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Growing up has been great for me.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's it. I don't have
absolutely, because you know it's good to lay the foundation
for sure
before we know what happened between this young man from Mita, Kalo Amalole, Ololo.
Group of schools.
Group of schools.
Was that a group of schools?
He's humble. We keep it humble. Yeah. So this young man from Kayole, Lukenya, and this girl from Western.
I love a girl.
I'm telling you.
And see the difference.
Yes, and you can see the beautiful balance, and I can already pick the qualities that attracted you to each other, because in as much as they say go for the opposite to balance each other, it's also good to have people who have the same interest.
Sure.
So, how did you meet? Do I let who? I think I'll let you go first. Yes.
Wow, okay. He's been my client for a while.
Okay, let's start your love life, yeah? How it was before you met him.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm one of those good girls.
Yes.
I used to hear that, but I believe that over time.
And it's good to own it.
Yes. And I've not dated many, so I've only had a past with 2 long distance for like 5 years. Then I felt it's wasting my time. Yeah. Then I literally started one that's one-on-one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how everything just fell in place.
Yes.
I was this person who was so focused to, it was either school, work, recording, like it had something, if I'm not doing anything, I'm just at home.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to keep my lane, never wanted a lot of distractions, I was so focused.
That's
so, yeah, that's where all the relationship journey started before he came in picture. It didn't go well. Initially, I thought I was the problem.
Of course.
Yeah, I really tried, and then one day I discovered, no, I've been praying, I've been the best I could. I was just, you know, you do everything right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then it was not making sense. So over time, I came to accept that, you know, it's not meant to be.
Yes.
And let me just try my path. And had a conversation with my ex, and we sat down, and I was like, no. let's give each other 1 year or more. If 1 year from now, because it was back and forth.
Yes.
You know, that's they leave you at a point. Some relationships where you're left at a point hanging, you can't move on, and also you can't, you just
go back.
Because if you move on, you're the bad one.
Yes.
And if you do something else, also you're the bad one. So you're left hanging, you're controlled.
Yes.
Today they're on, tomorrow they're off. Tomorrow they respond to your text, they don't. When they need you, they do the same.
Yes, yes.
So for a while I felt so lost. I lost myself. But with a bit conversations with people who are married, who are mature enough.
Yes.
My sister-in-law actually was really, she really held my hand, and she kept telling me, love yourself. Look at your hair. Why are you not eating? What's wrong with you?
Yes.
You know, those minor stuff, and I was feeling like, no, it doesn't really matter.
True.
But she kept reminding me, have you done your hair?
Oh, wow.
When is the last time you bought yourself shoes? And slowly by slowly, when I got back to loving myself and realizing who I'm truly I am, that's when I was like, wow, okay, now I saw things from a clearer picture. Yes. And I was like, you know, I can't do this anymore.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't do this.
Absolutely.
So I just, when he was back, I was like, no.
This is it.
No. Yeah, give me one more year.
Yes.
If you won't have known what you want, because basically you don't know what you want, or maybe you do want, you know what you want, but I'm just part of the, you know,
what you don't know what you want, or I'm just hanging just in case.
Just there. So, or sacrificial lamp for the rest.
True. And it's never fair, especially when it comes to time factor, when it comes to interest, because this person won't invest in you, so they won't build you. And sometimes I say, I'm not expecting you to build me, but give me an environment I can grow instead of suppressing me. And actually, this is so interesting topic because we talk to the youth and just tell them the reason why the cycle won't break is because you won't take like the step you took and say, hey, okay, what is happening? Why am I in a limbo? Why am I not moving forward? And I know we discussed this on break, and we were talking about just what the heart wants, but we ask ourselves what God wants. So before we even go to how you met, I think now I'm very curious to know about your dating life as well. Before you met the one God kept for you.
For me, it has been a bit different.
Yes.
In the sense that I was in relationships, but they were not quite serious because I was focused in music and building a career.
Yes.
But meeting her, this was quite my first serious relationship that I gave it time.
Yes.
Yeah, the other ones were just hangouts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, question to you as a man is that now I want you to be a dude.
Okay.
Muna leading on kasichana miaka mingi 10 years, then you break up, and then after 6 months you're with the love of your life. Basically, from a man's perspective and mind, what goes on?
I think for a man wants to be sure what he wants and what he settles for. So men, that's why they take a while before they decide this is really who I want to be with.
And surely 10 years.
They use that time span to just to ensure if they can get an option, they will just pop themselves out.
That's unfortunate.
But I think, sorry to cut you short, I think there's something he's missing. There's a time we were discussing the same.
Yes.
Because he proposed after 2 weeks of dating.
And you're gonna tell me about that.
Yes. I was like, he never took time. Like he said, he never took time. As a man, like, they take time. I think it's just an excuse. Because we were talking, there's a time we were having a chat about how men spend. There are those who don't spend on women, and they just move on. And there is 1, 2, 3, and you're telling me I'm the first woman he spent even a shilling on. Okay. But it doesn't mean he didn't have money before. It's because he never thought it's necessary or it's really worth it. So I think there's a point that he really needs to tell us as women. Like when a man wants something, it has nothing to do with time. I think time is an excuse.
Especially that because again, people really take for granted the saying that if a man wants to be with a woman, he'll move heaven and earth to make sure he's with this woman. And I think what I really appreciate about you is your candid honesty, whereby you're saying, there was nothing serious. Why am I buying them? Why am I taking them for dinner?
For sure. Why would you invest in something that you will not settle for?
Exactly. And again, you still had time, because I can tell you a young couple, and I feel like also investing in that seriousness, it's important. But I hear you, but also I think, and again, do correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm coming from a woman's perspective. I've talked to a man I deeply respect, and he advises me a lot, and he told me, listen, if a guy in 1 year is not telling you what his future intentions are with you, you better go, girl, like walk. And then I've seen this other thing they call rotation, whereby men are allowed to sample, but women are not supposed, until and unless someone asks you, will you be my girl? This is what they call exclusivity. But then you also get awkward when this girl's asking you, so what are we? Or someone, my boyfriend. You're like,
you have a boyfriend?
I'm not a boyfriend. I'm not a boyfriend. What can you say to them? I know this could have come at the end of that, but it's such an interesting point we need to catch. As a guy, what are these things? Okay, you've already done it, but advise the women out there who are in a limbo. Basically, they can't move forward, they can't move back. I call it a toxic situation. Why? They won't let you go, they won't treat you right. Tell the girl what she needs to do when she sees that.
Most importantly, they need to value themselves.
Okay.
My wife teaches me more about self-love. So if you really love yourself,
you
would know your value.
Absolutely.
And if you know your value, it will be easy for you to settle for the right thing.
Damn.
Yeah, so
people at home, both men and women, know your value and add tax on that. By the way, let's normalize also guys saying no and saying, hey, you won't use me for that. Utakula KFC yangu every day. Sorry, I saw this joke where this lady went to the restaurant with a guy, and the guy is like, what do you want to eat? We never have straight answers. Like, I want something light. And he said, wait, I bring the bulb. So msikubali KFC ikuliwe if you know that person is not the one.
And the way the society we are raising, the way we are raising the society, it's in a wrong angle. We are in so many groups personally of leveled up women. But when you look at what's being described, is more like using men. Because it's not fair. We are raising a boy. We are not raising him to go sponsor girls. No.
Again, equality, and it's a topic for another day. Like Chimamanda Ngozi, she's a Nigerian feminist. I think you've heard about her, Beyonce's song, I Woke Up Like This. And she says, how come men are taught to always give? And we are surprised that they're the ones who are notorious for sticking their fingers in their mom's purses, because you have the pressure already from the onset. Even if we met somewhere in Excel, uko tukikuja drama, you're thinking, the best thing I can do for this girl is buy her a card or this, and you can see the pressure. So again, story for another day, because story today is about you, and I know your story is so interesting on how you met and got to where you are. So tell us from your perspective. Kwanza uliona nini na ulionaje na ulimwona saa ngapi?
To be honest, if you told me earlier I'd end up with him, I'd tell you no.
Yeah, life has a will.
And so to say, I think everyone has a bucket list. I had my own bucket list. Tick, tick. And the last thing I wanted to do was date my client.
Oof, of course. No. Don't mix business with pleasure.
But since we have time to say how we met, I'd say one thing that struck me about him is he was this reserved person, and he's someone who, when he wants it, he'll get it. It doesn't matter.
Go getter.
And I'm more like him. Yeah, only in a different angle. Me, I'm more aggressive. Him, he checks his time.
Easy
That's
guy.
true.
But it's true, right?
Yes.
That's
But him, when he wants it,
He goes for it.
Go for it.
Nothing will stop
Whatever
him.
it takes,
Yes.
he'll go for it. Then he's so straightforward. Like initially, he used to dealing with me was a bit hard because me, I'm the type who's like, okay, so 1, 2, 3, like just answer me. Don't give me explanations. You know, again, no. Is it a
What's
yes
up?
or no?
Like yes or no,
So
yeah.
what do you want?
Yes.
Yeah. So over time,
Yeah.
he processes longer.
Yeah.
But over time now we catch up. So the aggressiveness is really a turn on for me, and he knows what he wants.
Yes.
That's
yes,
the best
yes.
part.
He knows his worth.
Yeah.
And value.
Yes, that's one thing that really turned me on about him. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you met him at work.
Yes.
He was a client.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, yes.
Actually, how we can say met or how this journey started is a day in the evening.
Yeah.
I was leaving work. I love oldies, so I drive a 1983.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
model.
Classic
Yeah.
girl. Look at you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that day, there's beauty of driving them, but also they can let you down once in a while.
Yes.
So that particular day, I found him. He loves cleaning his car. You know, these people always, it's their car and them and drinking, maybe relaxing. So he was cleaning his car. Then I just said hi. We had never had a one-on-one.
Yeah.
It's always phone call, quick business, done.
Yeah.
So that day I was like, I just went where he was cleaning the car, said hi. So we did a bit of chit chat. Then I told him, okay. He told me, by the way, I'll be selling this car soon.
Oh.
That was a VW. I was like,
Yeah.
interesting. He's like, you can buy it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I can't. He was like, no, you're the manager, so buying it is so easy. Why are you driving that car?
Yeah.
I'm like, in my head, I'm like, he'll never understand.
Understand.
He'll never. You know, when you love something,
Yes.
you just love it.
There's
So I told him, no. I was
into
like, I
it,
can't afford. So we laughed about it.
Yes.
I told him, bye. I went to the car. Then the car just couldn't start. Do you know how embarrassing it is? Then he's looking at me and I'm like, oh my God.
I told
embarrassing. Yeah, because it's workplace, you're the manager, then your car is the one that's chin, it's not moving. Yeah, so he came and he was like, oh, what's up? I guess he didn't even know what he's doing because he started, like he wants to help me. Then
Wanted to be a Superman.
Superman, yeah. Then I told him, anyway, I wish you were Uber, you'd have dropped me. And he said, not to worry, I can drop you. Where do you stay? I'm like, really? I took my Virago gladly, because me was like in my head, I'm like, I want to get home.
Yes.
I've not seen my son.
Yes.
I'm like, this is crazy.
Yes.
So I got into his car, he dropped me. My son came and said hi to him. He wanted to get inside the car, but him is so serious. It's like, okay. So I had only one, he has his personal space.
Okay.
So he has a WhatsApp number.
Okay.
So then I told him, by the way, you still have my number. Let me know when you're home.
Yeah.
He told me, no, I've changed my phone. Actually, I don't have your number. Only the office number. So I told him, it's okay. I can WhatsApp. He told me that number is not on WhatsApp. So he gave me a WhatsApp number. So that's how I got into his personal space without knowing. I asked him, come if he come home. He didn't respond. I called him. He didn't pick up. Then later he called me and was like, I found a missed call. I was like, oh, my fika, because I didn't know the route he used. He didn't know, but because he's a man, he didn't ask.
Didn't ask.
Yeah, so I was so concerned about the same. So he told me, nimefika poa. I told him I'm so frustrated because I got home, my room door had an issue. So when I left in the morning, I didn't lock because I knew it will lock itself.
Yes.
So the nanny assumed I've just
You left
forgotten.
it. Oh no.
So she locked. So me, I'm home. I can't get inside my own room. I just told him, by the way, I can't get in my room. I'm just frustrated.
Yeah.
So he was like, why don't you ask for help?
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy is, what's wrong with him? Before I could ask for help, he was like, I'll be there in 10. Yeah, he came, he was there by 10, in 10 minutes. Also that one, he gambled.
Yes.
He gambled with the door for a long time, more than 1 hour.
Whoa.
So we discussed a lot of things and all that. Yeah, but I think from there he can tell us more.
That door?
Ndoma.
Shukuru. Ndoma, I'll hear about the Ndoma story. Hey, you're seeing this pretty young thing, eh? Tell us.
Very interesting story. So I was fixing the door subconsciously as we're just having a conversation.
Actually, why don't you tell me what if when you saw her the first time, you're like, because I can see you're a man of what I want is what I'm getting, but you're also very calculative and decisive. That's the word. So I want to hear that aspect of the first time you saw her. What you know, just tell us.
Sure.
Yes.
I was cleaning my car.
Okay.
I think I was on leave and it was my last day on leave. So when she approached me and said hi, and it had never happened for like the past 1 year, I had known her.
The most serious woman in the compound, right?
Yeah. Because the only time we'll talk on phone was receipt.
Oh, yes.
Have you received rent?
Yes.
This and that. Yeah, so that day now I felt a bit warm around her.
Okay.
And we became friends. We had a chit chat.
No, I want to hear about the butterflies in your stomach.
Oh. At that point, I didn't know what's going on.
Okay.
Because I just wanted to drop her home.
Yes.
As being helpful, a helpful friend.
Yeah.
I think the moment I realized there's something is after I got into her personal space.
I see. Was it at the door or
at
the other personal space?
Because now the door has transformed into
the matchmaker.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, so we were just telling stories. I fixed the door. I wanted to dash home. And apparently she told me, no, you can't leave until you grab something.
Even if it's water.
Even if it's water.
African.
I was like, okay.
Goosebumps,
but I have left my ndoma cooking. Because that day I was having ndoma and tea.
Yes.
And so I said, let me just take the water, then now I'll just move on swiftly.
Yes.
I found myself in the dining table, and we were just telling stories. And
I had to cook.
She did cook.
Yes.
And the food was amazing.
Oh,
so she already captured me there.
Yes. Yeah, this is the first time I'm hearing that.
Apart from my mom, I think she was another woman who cooked for me. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. We found ourselves in a conversation that we don't know what we're talking about till 3
in
the morning.
It happens. You just get carried away with this human and you can't even explain it.
Yeah. When it came to the time I wanted now to leave, I actually realized, wow, dude, you left some food in the gas and you need to go back to your own house.
Wow.
I watched that really after the wedding. It was
yeah, good thing the gas was low, so it just died
went
out.
Off. Yeah. So you're there, your house could be on fire, but the conversation do komoto.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So we caught up, we got to know each other a bit more. And when I was leaving, I didn't have my car key because I interacted with the son a bit.
Yes.
And I realized that when I was getting into the car,
you don't have your keys.
I don't have my key. So I told her, by the way, I'm leaving and I don't have the key. So we went back to check for the key, and her son had gone with it to bed.
Yeah,
so that was
that's the
first
moment
sign.
you realized,
there's something going on.
Kid. And you know us who have kids, oh, but that's a part we never told you.
Absolutely.
Yes. With my ex, we had a son. Yeah, so yeah, basically, you know the way we are protective of our own children. You've been single raising for a while. So to me that was something.
Absolutely.
Because someone clicking with my son, the first thing, it was alarming at the same time. Because you're wondering,
actually scary.
What's this?
Yes.
Yeah, because if I take it a bit further, it's the child that would get hurt, not me.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
that was the first time we were like, there's something here. Yeah.
We'll hold there. We'll just hold there as we take a short break.
Okay.
Guys, if you're just joining us, this is the most incredible love story I've had in a long time. It is a story of hope, a story of a door. You know, sometimes the matchmaker can be a door. And we'll take a short break. Do not even touch that dial. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We have a power couple, a couple that Well, I wouldn't say went through it all, but their love story is beautiful. It's a story of realizing that you don't have to let your typical or this narrative you make in your mind determine how you should fall in love, who you should fall in love with, and in what capacity. Because to them, let me tell you, the story is interesting. And we're going to hear more about how they realized this is it. We're meant to be there for each other and with each other. And later on, looking back, they're like, hey, here we are, telling our story. So, wow, I mean, I'm just visualizing this night of many things. First, the car stopped, and you see how God works.
Yeah.
The car refused. He just happened to be nearby, and I'm sure he's there like, let me be a gentleman. And I can tell, you know, with his very composed stature, you know, this I usually say is silent.
He makes me look bad everywhere. Everywhere we go, they're like, she's the loud one.
She's the loud one. Little do you know, he can be the other. And it's a beautiful balance, to be honest. Yeah. So this night, the keys get lost. They try to get, oh, no, manzo, izo. Yeah, so at what point, and what was going through your minds? Perhaps maybe you can tell me what was going through your mind. Because let's be honest, I am a traditional girl. I believe in the man proposing to me, and I mean not the ring, I mean they make their intentions known, and I need to accept or not.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
How was that for you that night?
So I think from there, when I was leaving, we went back and looked for the key.
Yes.
And we found her son having the key, and she had slept with it in the bed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so at that point, it was a bit subconscious. We didn't know what was happening, but we knew it was beyond us.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I was leaving, I gave her a hug and a kiss on the neck, and that was it.
That was it. Because the reason I'm saying that is for a very long time, I was even scared even if I move on, I had lost, you know, like you've been hurt so much that you don't want to bring the feelings back.
Wow, it's true.
So if any man, if you'd even dare just look at me suggestively or touch me in an approach, I literally deal with you. Yeah. So I had lost that, you know, like I had totally lost it. So when he kissed me on the neck, I felt it and was like, oh my God. Yeah, but at the same time, I was happy. I was like, let me look at a flip coin in case you don't date. Yes. I was like, I'm glad. This guy has shown me that I'm normal. Because at some point I felt like maybe I won't get that, you know. Because I had lost it. Like 3/4 of my friends would tell you, all of them are men. You'd find me go out over the weekend with the guys, like would be 4 guys and 1 chick, and I'm telling you, I'll get out of there safe and sound. No one has touched me because they know.
You're one of the boys, basically.
Hey, they're like, Faith, hey, no, don't touch her. Actually, they'll even protect me if they see someone coming towards me. Yeah. So when he kissed me and I felt it, I was like, wow. This is it. I'm still here. Yes. Things are still working. Yeah. Now. So, you know, trying, basically, I don't even think you dated. No. God landed, like, God was like, poof, on your doorstep. Yeah. You're a single mom, per se. Yeah. And of course, the fears are always like, hi. You don't have to be very specific. If there's a man who will be in my life, I want my children to experience A, B, C, D, and it's non-negotiable. So what was it like for you at that moment whereby you're thinking there's a possibility this man is going to be in my life, and considering you're a mom to this young little guy? Wow. It was a bit scary because I had another bucket list. Either way, if I was to ever move on, well, let me tell you, it has necessary. To be either a separated guy or divorced, or someone older, very old, or not in kids, the essence, at least, so that we can reason together. Because I feel like he would understand best why his didn't work, and he'd do whatever it takes to make sure it works. I was like, I'm done with young people or anyone slightly older than me. No, I'm done. So at that point, it was a bit scary. But after a day or two, because the second day, we talked in the morning, then in the evening, late at night, he came again for dinner, by the way. Anyway, I mean, this time went up to 4. Yeah, 4 a.m. We dated at night for a whole week. But the first day, he called me sweetheart. The second day, he called me babe. The third day he called me love. Then at that point I was like, guy, what do you want? He came to see me in the office and what was it? Yeah, in the office.
I think on the third day.
On the third day, yeah, because he called me my love. I'm like, who is this guy flirting with? I'm not those girls. Like, yo, not those girls.
Yeah, she really wanted to know. Like,
your
actually,
intentions.
she was very upfront. She was like, what's this? What are we doing?
Wow. I love that. I love that. And you
and at that point, I had to tell her what I want.
Yeah, he never asked me out because I was like, okay, or maybe you might taking it fast. But you know, when you've been in a long relationship in the past, it's been wasted. You now understand the value of time. You don't want to waste. No.
Say your intentions.
Yes. Is it making sense?
I'm telling you.
If it's not, are you seeing me in your future? If no, then let me know. So that I also handle you the same way. I don't waste my time with you.
Exactly. So the man himself, what happens after my love?
So we dated overnight for about a week.
We never slept.
Actually, we used to talk till 4, 5. Wake up and go back to work. Just to spend and get to know each other.
Love.
Exactly.
It's true. It's a beautiful feeling.
And just point to note, I never slept in her house.
But the third, when I saw it growing serious, I was like, why not? So I asked him, no, today, why don't you sleep? You don't have to sleep in my room. You sleep with our son.
Driving.
It's okay, it's stressful and it's risky. You know, that time I'm like, it's risky because I'm caring. So I told him, you can sleep in the baby's room with him. He refused. He told me, no, I have to do things right. In my head, I'm like, okay, does this exist? Because does this exist? Because naturally, I think especially once you've been hurt, you don't mind, when you get someone you love, you don't mind compromise.
It's true.
And that's a mistake we do.
We make, especially as women, and especially moms, because I'm a firm believer of moms are girls too. And I feel like I'm more valuable even as a mom than I was even when I was a girl trying to date. And even me, I didn't compromise. And I said, God, this is what I want. If you can, but of course it happens, you're like, okay, God, are you serious? Are you? Again, the list is so long. You're like, this man is asking me things and saying things. Me, I'm not used to these things. Because you don't believe that your value as a person is there. So again, back to you. At what point did you say, I'm putting a ring on this? And as I'm assuming you didn't have kids, and you know, seeing her boy in her life, how was that for you?
For me, it was. I think it's something I really wanted to do. At week 2, I already know this is her. And week 2 was my birthday, and
on 30th of January.
Exactly. So I offered her we go for a road trip to Elementaita, though she didn't know what we're really going to do there. So
it was your birthday.
It was on a Saturday. So she agreed.
Yes.
And we happened to pass by a mall, and I left her in the vehicle, and I went to buy something.
Yes.
You said you're going to buy a drink.
A drink, And I went to the jewelry store, and I got a ring. I didn't know I was supposed to propose that day, but the person who sold me the ring really saved me and told me, my brother, if it's not today,
it's not coming.
It's no other day. So I felt like, what?
Is this a sign?
If it's not today, I might just lose her.
It's true. And you know, you're high on this thing.
Exactly.
And in as much as they say you're blind in love, or love is blind, there's some form of clarity that comes with it. And I know you had it, and you're like, Sawa.
Let's do it.
Let them talk. Let them say it's 2 weeks. Yes.
And we went to Elementaita. We were having a nice time. And I got one of the game wardens to just cooperate with me.
Yes.
As we were just taking wine and just having a nice time.
He checked, you see the way the parcels are always wrapped?
Yes.
So I asked him, he removed it from the boot. I'm like, oh, what's up? He's like, you know, at my workplace, we normally have these gifts to give people. So I had one, I'm thinking I should just give this guy. I'm like, oh, that's sweet of you.
No, and it's his birthday.
Take it to him. Yeah, it's his birthday and you're giving people gifts. I felt so humble. I was like, wow, okay, this is sweet. So he took it. Yeah, then.
Yes.
Yeah, little did she know, as we walked towards the lake,
taking photos
taking
on
photos.
a cliff.
Yeah. Yeah. So I opened the box and I went down on my knee.
Goosebumps.
I asked her to marry me.
Yes.
Yeah.
The yes was not easy because the first thing I asked him was, do you know what you're getting yourself into?
Yes, yes.
Because the same way I come with my own baggage. We will act like the past is nothing. But you see, I'm coming with a whole baggage. I'm coming with a son who you have to take as your own. No room for this special case or something. Then I'm coming with a past where the baby daddy might look for or a scandal, or we grow and someone will come up with all this stuff. So he was like, yes. You just say, will you marry me? And I'm like, oh.
And I think at that point, I really knew what I was doing.
Yes.
That's why I went down on my knee. And I was raised by a stepfather. And it really moved me, like such a scenario would come again into my life. So I had, her son is like a true reflection of me, and I want to like make it up for him. And grows better even than myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bless you. Bless you so much.
Thank you.
Really bless you.
Yeah.
Of course, I want to hear more about the wedding.
Actually, the reason I didn't throw that free, it's because it's an unsticky. I'm a lover of quality. At least he had a quality. In bachelor life, he had quality pants. Yeah, so that one I just had to wash it. A month after a week after the engagement, the same week, we went to see his parents. Then the next month, first introduction. The following month, there was lockdown.
We still went for that.
We still went. There was lockdown, but Sisi to the end, but he was so determined. Then now
the parents were like, hey, you guys are moving so fast.
Of course.
It was crazy.
It's understandable. But
the question was, he kept asking me, okay, what are we waiting for? Because even the wedding date, he's the one who decided. We were at his parents' place, and the parents are like, oh, do you guys have a tentative date? He's like, 5th June. I'm like, huh? But at the same time, my dad had given me a hint before. I think I just didn't listen to him well. I wouldn't have fallen into traps. He told me when a man wants something,
he will.
He will. And don't misquote a man's intention. So at that point, I was like, he says June 5th. So if I start delaying him, you know, he might feel like I'm the problem, or maybe there's something more I need to sort. So I was just like, okay, 5th June. But he was more like 20. 20. This is it.
A good thing I got someone who's more like me. She's a go-getter.
And a supporter of you, because these are the things that break a couple. You want something, and it's those major things. You know, I think she makes life easy for you.
Sure.
And so does he, because even coming into your life, your son's life, he's already made up his mind. It's like, hey, I want to be in his life. What's up? Why are we having a back and forth? Why are you asking me if I know what I'm getting myself into? I'm a grown man. I can take care of myself. So I hear you.
And also, what are you waiting for? Like, what are we waiting for?
And I love that because, again, let me give credit to especially women like you and I. We're moms. And even me, when I found love again, it was the same thing. Literally a few weeks into talking, he was very straight to say, will you be my girl? Can I be in your kids' life? And he said, I don't want to be their father, I can be their dad. Because I can't replace him, regardless, you know. And it has taught me so much, the power of knowing your worth and value, and also definitely having your partner in life, because I can tell there's a lot of, looking at you too, there's a lot of friendship and playfulness, even behind closed doors, and as much as you look serious and all that, once in a while you will, you know, and I think that is so beautiful. And at this juncture, I want, because we're going to wrap it up, I want to ask how life has been now since then, what is new, and what you can tell, you know, the girls out there, single moms as well, and the qualities that keep you together, things that you know it's only you who possesses, you two. Like no one will ever be, another guy will come who looks exactly like him, but he's not, he doesn't have those values. What are those values?
Wow.
Yeah.
First, the journey has been beautiful.
Yeah.
And I can say, I won't lie, and we're not going to lie here, that we don't argue, we don't fight of our opinions and all that. But one thing that has never happened, no matter, he'll tell you, no matter how much you fight, our son is never coming in between.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's always getting his attention. Actually, sometimes I feel like they are more buddies than I am to the baby. Yeah, he keeps consoling me and telling me, no, don't be jealous. I'm like, no, I'm his mom. I know him better.
No,
you know.
So how old is he?
He's turning 4 in December.
Yes. So what I've learned is kids between, especially boys between 3 and 8, they really need a father figure. And so don't feel bad, he's gonna come back, okay? And he's such a lucky boy to have a man who will form and shape him into the man he's meant to be. So don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. That's a consolation.
Yes.
So currently, what really keeps us together is the friendship.
Yes.
We are fast friends before lovers.
Yes.
We were laughing the other day. Those couples, we can spend an entire weekend together or a holiday together, and there is nothing, you know, that you expect because you're any relationships, I don't know, anything out of
to the beach, drink,
friends.
I agree.
There's always sexual thoughts.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes we wonder, we spend an entire weekend and there's nothing, and they're like,
you're just enjoying each other's company.
And we're not fighting.
Yes.
And he's not like frustrated, not giving me my rights.
Yes.
So those are the things. Friendship has really kept us. And every time we fight, even at work, he'll just call me on a random thing. By the way, I'm having this at work. I just want someone to talk to. But in the morning it was bad.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it. But tumekosana. So we've not solved that particular issue. But he knows if I need someone to talk to, I'll only go to my wife. And me, I know if I need someone to talk to, it's just him. We even gossip. We're like,
let me tell you, couples are the best gossipers.
Yeah, did you see those shoes?
Yes.
So the shoes I was telling you, you know, like so that's the beauty of it, friendship part.
Yes.
And we're not scared anymore about, like if he tells me, if he wants to go clubbing, do you know sometimes he goes with me, he'll go, church will not say this, but anyway, he would go, if he wants to go relax, he'd go, but he'd tell me, come with me. So we'd hang out, but me, I'll go at a corner. Yeah. He'll be with his buddies. I'm in the club, but we're not together. Yeah. So his friends wonder, as in, that's your wife? Yeah. She's okay with this person coming here, and he's like, yeah. I told her I need my space, and me, I'm like, it's okay. Me, I love, when I had a long day, I love loud music, maybe. I'll just go. But it doesn't mean necessarily, he doesn't, we are not drinkers per se, but it's just because of his artistic, even most of his friends, they meet, like the owner, for example, the club we're saying, it's our friend, he runs a club, but you see, we can't point fingers and say, because we are saved and Holy Ghost filled, we can't support your business. Absolutely. We are just there to ensure, hey, how is your business doing? Are you guys okay? This economy, has it messed you up? Curfew time, you know. So that's more reason he would go just hang out with him and the buddies, and we'll be at a corner with some Fanta, you know, just relaxing and waiting for him to be done. Sometimes he takes till money when I'm like, he wanted me here. So that's friendship. I'm no longer worried. Even if I see him with a woman, I'm like, it's fine.
You know him, and that is and that is because he's given you something probably you were looking for all through the trust, the affirmations, just keeping you together. And I can see your unique qualities that you love about him. So as we wrap up, maybe you can also share with me what is this thing that you could see this girl, a single mom, obviously beautiful and everything good, but as a man, like what are these qualities you look for in a woman, or rather, you found in her, that's better?
Yeah.
Yes.
We have 3 main qualities that we share.
Wow.
Number 1 is risk.
Oh, yeah, risk.
Yes.
We are very risky people yet,
Yes.
but
Yes.
we still
Yes.
make calculated moves.
Wow.
And that makes it so easy for us to be successful
Yes.
in whatever we do.
Yes.
And number 2 is love. We share a lot of love. And number 3 is loyalty. We're just loyal to each other.
Yes.
However, we fought so badly
Yeah.
to the point that it was like going to call it quits, but we still ended up together.
Absolutely.
And actually, the more we fought, the more we became stronger.
It's true.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that we should fight.
And it's true. In fact, if anything, I think couple that doesn't fight is a problem.
Yeah, because you come from different backgrounds and you're trying to blend and raise a family.
Yeah.
I'm an OCD, like me, I like my things 1, 2, 3. Even my nanny knows if I don't find it fast like this,
It's a problem.
it's a problem. If his shirt is a bit, I'm like, no, not tight.
Don't
It
take
has
that.
to be like this.
Yeah.
So initially it was very hard for him.
Yeah.
But you see, we have to fight about that, of course. And him, he doesn't understand. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Even our honeymoon, he was like, baby, can just today be just different? Can you just be you? You know? But over time, he's even more an OCD than me.
Wow, yeah.
And one thing before you finish, like, because you've told us what is that one thing we can advise. Basically, let's say self-love is important. And it's unfortunate that we're in a society where we ask and ask. You're saying, I want a guy who will treat me right, I want a guy who will provide, but when you're alone, you cannot provide for yourself. You can't even buy a sanitary towel for yourself. Then you want someone to come in your life and buy you a V8.
It's not possible.
It's not fair.
I hear you.
Yeah, you don't love yourself enough to even take yourself for coffee, but you want someone to take you to Kempiski.
Yeah.
You can't spend 200 on yourself, but you want someone's son to spend 20,000 on you.
Somebody's
Yeah.
to give you the entire world.
Yeah,
Yes.
so over time,
Yes.
people should learn to love themselves.
Yes.
Because he'd tell you, he came to at a space where I was very independent. Submissiveness was a bit a challenge,
Of course.
but over time I learned to do the same. And I was asking a friend, supposing Ronnie found me at this space, would he have treated me? I'm not saying he would have treated me differently, but you know, when you already set a standard, it's easier for you. You don't even have to say. Why do you have to ask for your hair maintenance?
Sure.
If Maureen, you're looking like this, someone comes in your life, they know where, here, before I commit, I need to take care of that.
You can't lower the bar.
Yeah, but she's staying in some funny place because it's cheaper.
Yes.
But you're forgetting you can get a cheaper place in a very good place. So I'm not telling people to live beyond their lives, but I'm telling them just love yourself and don't, ladies, go for someone who loves you. I'm not saying you don't love them back, but even if you feel something, hold it for a while, because when a man genuinely loves you, he do whatever it takes.
Let
and
him
marriages,
lead. Yes.
I don't know why we are never told this early. Marriages work because the man wants it to work, not because a woman is focusing on praying and fasting and shikilia tu ni mume wako ndoani kuvumiliana. That's a whole lie, and people should not be telling us that.
Woo. Powerful, powerful words from this beautiful couple. Straight one, very straightforward. The other one is the speaker of the home. But they balance each other very well. I think the lesson today is before you're loved, you need to love yourself and set your own standards. In fact, I like saying this. When you're asking yourself, what is your love language? And you're there, gifts, words of affirmation. Why don't you try that with yourself? I hope you can think about that, and I hope that you've been inspired tonight. Thank you for watching The Nest. I've been your host, Maureen Waititu. We are at Tomoka Coffee Africa at Ananas in Westlands. Thank you for hosting us in your beautiful facilities. Thank you, Adorware, for this amazing outfit, and my amazing crew for being there and delivering on time. Hata stima ikipotea, we keep working. See you same time, same place, and don't forget to share your thoughts on our social media pages at Y254, and hashtag is The Nest. Bye-bye.